Hey, college football fans. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a big one on our hands today, Alabama versus Oklahoma, and the second half is about to get underway. If you're just joining us, we've seen some intense action in the first half, but now it's time for the real drama to unfold. Let's dive into what's happening and what to look out for as both teams battle it out for supremacy. Before we dive into the second half, let's quickly recap what went down in the first half. Both teams have had their moments, with Alabama showing why they're a powerhouse, while Oklahoma has proven they can hang with the best. For Alabama, the offense has been clicking on all cylinders, but they've also faced some stiff resistance from Oklahoma's defense. Quarterback Jalen Milroe has looked sharp, especially with his ability to make plays with his legs and arm. But Oklahoma's defense has bent without breaking, forcing Alabama to settle for a few field goals. On the flip side, Oklahoma's offense has had flashes of brilliance, especially when quarterback Dillon Gabriel gets into a rhythm. The Sooners have been able to move the ball at times, but Alabama's defense has been relentless, keeping them from getting into the end zone too often. So now, heading into the second half, the big question is which team is going to take control of this game. For Alabama, they need to keep the pressure on Oklahoma's defense. They've had success running the ball, but they've also shown that they can strike through the air when needed. Look for them to try and exploit Oklahoma's secondary in the second half, maybe with some deep shots to their playmakers like Jermaine Burton. On the defensive side, Alabama has been suffocating, but they need to avoid letting Oklahoma build any momentum. Dillon Gabriel is a playmaker, and if he gets in a rhythm, the Sooners could make this a game. Alabama's defense will need to keep him under pressure, especially with their pass rush led by Dallas Turner and others. For Oklahoma, they've been solid, but now it's time for them to make adjustments. If they want to stay in this game, they need to find more consistency on offense. Dillon Gabriel has the ability to stretch the field, but Oklahoma has to establish the run first to keep Alabama's defense honest. They've shown they can create big plays, but now it's about putting together a full, sustained drive. Defensively, Oklahoma will need to step up and contain Milroe. He's been elusive, and when Alabama's offense spreads the field, it's tough to stop. Look for Oklahoma to bring more pressure in the second half to try and force Milroe into some mistakes. Alright, let's talk about some key factors in the second half. First, turnover battle. Both teams have been playing relatively clean football, but one turnover could completely change the dynamic of this game. If either team can force a takeaway, it could be a game changer. Second, adjustments. We know Nick Saban is a master of in-game adjustments, so expect Alabama to make some tweaks to their game plan in the second half. Oklahoma, on the other hand, will need to make sure they don't let Alabama's defense dictate the pace. And finally, conditioning. This game is going to be a war of attrition, and the team that can wear the other down in the trenches will have the upper hand. Both teams have deep rosters, but you can bet that late-game fatigue will play a role in deciding this one. Keep an eye on Alabama's playmakers in the second half. Receivers like Jermaine Burton and Kobe Prentice could break the game wide open if Milroe gets some time to throw. Also, don't forget about the Alabama running backs. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe,